Speed, rolling. Just like, who am I? Why am I here? How did I get into this?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
No way.
Jack Danger, international pinball sensation, as I've been dubbed when I went to Australia so many years ago. Fell into pinball almost a decade ago when a friend of mine dropped off a Judge Dredd pinball machine, and yeah, I've been hooked ever since. Went to tournaments, ran into Zach Sharp, who took me under his wing, trained me, I call him coach, and when someone introduced me to Twitch, I was like, what a great opportunity to take this information that Zach Sharp gave me and feed that to the world, and it worked out pretty well. My relationship with Stern began fairly early on. I was at Chicago Pinball Expo the year they were announcing Walking Dead. I'm sitting outside of the main hall with all my camera gear, and the door flies open, and Wason and Jody were like finagling this giant Walking Dead banner. And Jody looks over, he's like, hey, you're the guy that does the podcast thing. And I'm like, close enough. He's like, you want to stream the Walking Dead tournament? And I was like, this is huge, right? I would love to. And that action and that day, we created the idea of premiering a brand new pinball machine live on the internet for people to tune in and watch. And they officially made me their brand ambassador, where I would go to bigger events across the country. My content and their content gelled so well, it was just a perfect match. So I was like, my buddies are starting to dabble in homebrew, why don't I try to make a real game? Grabbed all of my friends that knew everything about like CNC machining, programming, electronics, live streamed all of it, built an entire real pinball machine, and that's when George Gomez was like, there it is. That's what I needed to see, was a real physical working resume. He presented a list to me with several IPs on it, and he goes, pick one of these, go design something. Designed an entire layout in Visual Pinball, and they're like, yes, absolutely. I'm thinking I'm making this game. They're like, no, that was a test. Part of the Jurassic Park deal was we had to have a home game made for this, and we want you to execute that. And good luck. And it was it was an experience.
To say Jack was excited about this project would be a huge understatement. He did bring a lot of energy.
He brings a fresh perspective, being a graphic artist and a pinball streamer and being well entrenched in the pinball community. Pinball is an old industry, so sometimes it's really nice to have someone trying to do something radically different. When you're making it at home, you can just make it fun and it doesn't matter. But when you're trying to make it a commercial product, it's really difficult for someone who's, not trained in it. And Jack caught on really, really quickly, which is much to his credit.
Wason's job is sort of to be in the middle, partly between the ideas and the physical playfield, because he's working on the rules that tie the two together.
On our own initiative, the team got started really early. We actually took 3 days and designed an initial layout right off the bat. We got a piece of wood. He did cutting of the wood. Rob helped with getting guides made, and I ended up soldering all the electronics and getting the initial code really quickly so that we can test flip it. Jack learned how to use all our tools because we have a lot of industrial tools that he's never used before. And then Rob helped us put everything together on the board. And in 3 days, we had a flippable prototype whitewood. Because it's a home game, he started with a set of limitations.
So they had to be creative about how they wanted to use things. He took the best combination of the things that we tried and managed to stuff it all into this one game with the limited resources, and it just seemed to come out really well.
when you're a pinball designer, you are a project manager. You are talking to artists, programmers, engineers, wiring people. Meanwhile, you're also talking to your programmer, Wason. You're also talking to your engineer, Rob, about potential mechs that you want to have on it. It really is like this compartmentalized thing that eventually just spirals into like a full pinball machine. It was a whirlwind. I learned a lot every single day, and I'm still learning a lot every single day. So the Jurassic Park home game, we had to keep it affordable, and we had to lean on existing IP content to make that happen. But we got to twist it to be our own theme and came up with our own rule system. And we even went a little further than we were supposed to by adding like more wizard modes, more multi-balls. Instantly, when I'm laying this thing out, I knew, like, second shot drawn on the playfield, this is going to have a RoboCop jump. It's got the shot on the right where you shoot it, and the ball flies through the air and makes it to the other side. And I was like, I want to have this on this game. And we prototyped it, and it worked right off the rip. It was amazing.
The T-Rex on the Cornerstone Jurassic Park was never designed to do what Jack envisioned it doing. So we came up with a different concept and then worked through that, and I did the mechanics on it and made the jaw open. And once you knock down the drop targets, you've got access to the T-Rex. You're actually shooting into a scoop in the back, and the mouth stays shut, and then when it's ready to let it go, that's when the mouth opens and spits it out.
Keeping the secret that I was making a game from my community was very difficult. I will not lie to them. I shoot straight from the hip, and I was late a lot to the stream, and I would have to apologize to the internet. I'm like, oh, traffic was bad. And they're like, don't you work at your studio? What do you mean traffic was bad? And the fact that I got to premiere my own machine on my channel that I do all the time was like the most meta thing that could have ever possibly happened.
Hello, Pin people. How are you doing? This is Jack Danger's stream. We are streaming live from the Stern Pinball Factory.
I invited my wife over to join us to stream it because she was also part of this process, right? Ladies and gentlemen,
hi.
the lovely Laura Danger.
That one?
Yeah. All right. Well.
Okay, let me see it. Let me see it.
Oh yeah, this is the game. So thank you all again for your support, for all the kind words. Let's play some frickin' pinball, okay?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Thank you!
my God.
Thank you, me, for ball saving.
Wason cheated.
No! No! I think the team did such a good job in terms of bringing a game, a home pin together that felt just like a pro.
I think overall we're just happy that we were able to work within the limitations we had and came up with something that really looked like a full game. Part of the success of this game was really a testament to Jack's personality, and he really made something that people thought was a lot of fun.
I never in a million years in any of this process thought I would be sitting right here being interviewed about being an employee, a designer for Stern Pinball. And this is an absolute dream job. But to anyone out there who wants to be a pinball designer, this is an incredible amount of work to make these things magical. It's a labor of love. Yeah, that was awesome.
Okay. Oh, crap. All right. Yeah, it's fast. These guys did a fantastic job on this.